And growing up, you know, Father's Day would come and go on the calendar every year. To me, it was just another Sunday in June. It was not a big deal whatsoever. I was born in Bradford, Pennsylvania, June 29th, 1968. I'm the youngest of 8. And my dad, coincidentally, left my mom that same year, 1968. So she's got 8 kids under the age of 17 years old. She struggled. She had a lot of challenges, and it wasn't easy for her. You know, we were on and off of welfare when I was growing up as a kid, and I'd have baseball games and, you know, other basketball games and other events where you would see a dad there cheering on their son. You know, I always thought, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If my mom can't make any of these events because she's always working. I wonder what life would be like if I had a dad in my life. And so growing up through my teenage years and when I graduated high school, Mom did an incredible job. I mean, to this day, I have no idea how she raised 8 kids by herself. I have no clue how she did it, but she did. So every June forever, Father's Day would come and go, and I would just go and pretend like it wasn't Father's Day. So just a couple weeks ago, in thinking about Father's Day actually coming up this year in 2012, I thought this is going to be the year that I reach out to my dad. I've got to act boldly. I got to have faith that this is the right move for me, and I got to be at peace with the decisions that I make. I emailed my dad. I got his email address from one of my older siblings, and I said, "Hey Dad, it's Sam," which after I wrote that sentence, it was the most bizarre thing because I've never said that, you know. And I said, "Hey, let's connect sometime soon." And immediately I get a reply back in my inbox. "Oh my God, Sam, how are you? You know, absolutely, let's connect. I miss you." You know, it's like, it all comes at you. It's like really weird. But I had to keep going. You can't unring that bell. You're not going to send an email and say, "Hey Dad, let's connect," and then not do it. So you got to act and you got to have faith. So he lives in Annapolis, Maryland. I live here in Loveland, Ohio, and I made the drive. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if hugs, no hugs, Dad, Sam, you know, I trying to play it out in my mind. How's this day going to go? And I just said, you know what? The heck with it. Let her rip. Whatever happens, happens. And I pulled up to his house, and he walked out, and it was the wildest thing, man. It's like you're looking at your dad for the first time ever. And we just hugged. It just felt natural. It just felt like that was supposed to happen. He goes, "How you doing?" I said, "Great. How you doing, Dad?" And you gotta understand, I've never said that. "How you doing, Dad?" It's never come out of my mouth. Hey, it's Sam Crowley shooting a video with my dad. How about that? Isn't that weird?
Does he mean I'm weird, or does he mean that?
Well, you're weird. I think we're all a little strange, but I've never had a chance to say, "Here's me and my dad," you know, so it's an opportunity.
I never had a chance to say, "Here's me and Sam."
Talked for a few minutes, and then I said, "Why don't we go grab a cup of coffee?" And we went down to the coffee shop. So we've never really seen each other much. I mean, I have no memory of you. This is the first time I've had a chance to actually have a conversation with you. I thought today went really well, re-engaging, reuniting. You know, I didn't come at him and say, "Where were you my whole life? Why weren't you at my baseball games, basketball games? Why did you leave Mom?" I just wanted to, number one, find out about him. Does he look like me? Does he act like me? Does he talk like me? Does he have any of my mannerisms?
I'm very happy over the whole day. You know, I was a little nervous, naturally. I haven't seen him in 40 years. And I didn't know, it wasn't so much I didn't know what to expect from him as I didn't know what he'd expect from me.
It was great. It was sad a little because I was thinking, why did it take so long? You know, we're sitting there having coffee and I'm thinking we could have done this 30 years ago, you know, but it just wasn't going to happen until now. And so I wanted him to fill in the blanks. How did him and my mom meet? Because all the things you know, if you have a dad and mom, you know this stuff. I don't know where they met. I finally told him. I said, "Dad, I forgive you. You know, I forgive you. I just want you to know, I drove here to let you know that there's no ill will, and it doesn't really bother me where you've been the last 40 years. The fact of the matter is I'm here now, and everything's fine."
We've both been very honest with each other. I'm not putting on any act about what I am or who I am, and Sam is just Sam. When
I said he's forgiven, he said, "I appreciate that." You know, he said, "Thank you." And he said, I want you to know I never stopped thinking about you. All those years I was gone, I would ask your brothers and sisters, "How's Sammy doing?" You know, that's what he called me. And I've had some tough times. I've been to AA, That's how I washed up on the shores of Annapolis, Maryland. You know, I was a drunk and not a very nice person, you know, but I want you to know that I never stopped thinking about you. I think it's been great. I think it's important for you to know that you got a kid out there that loves you, thinks about you, and no matter what happens, man, you're still my dad, right?
How about that, huh?
So I needed to forgive him so he could rest in peace. And look, more importantly, he's selfish. I want to be able to rest more peacefully every day and say, you know what? I was man enough. As a father, I know how important it is to be a father. I was man enough to forgive my father. And if I can do that, if you've got anybody who's watching this right now, if you've got any ill will towards anybody else, you got to let it go. It isn't worth it. And it helps the other person. It makes you feel so much better, and it helps them move on as well. Let's just call it that. Let's not get off. People don't want to see mushy stuff. There's a lot of that on the internet. So
we're not the mushy type.
No, we're not the mushy type. We did hug, though.
Maybe underneath we are.
We did hug.
We did, and we will hug when he leaves. Man.
Yeah.
I'll be so glad to get rid of him.